Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you from the great state of California. Being stuck inside, my wife and I, we decided that we'd get serial number inventory of the handguns that we have. While we're doing that, we figured we'd take pictures for insurance purposes, and thought we'd give you this video real quick. So here's what we have as far as handguns as of 28 March 2020, and hopefully we'll be able to get our rifles here in the next week or so. But here, let's go ahead and start with the CZ53 is what it says on it. And this is a 7.62 by 25, I believe. Terrible trigger on it, but it's just a cheap surplus gun. It functions fine. I just got it because I thought it was kind of neat, and it was old and inexpensive. Going down to the next one, this is a Ruger. This is a Mark III Hunter. My grandfather gave me this. This is a .22 long rifle. This is also a Mark III, but this is the .22-45. Also Ruger, 22 long rifle. Good shooter. Next we have the P95 in 9mm. This is the first handgun that I ever owned. It's a decent shooter. It shoots well. Yeah, my dad got this when I graduated high school. Next one, I've got the SR9 here. Also a 9mm. Not much to say about this. It's not my best. I'm not the biggest fan of this one, but it's in my collection. Here I've got the Ruger LCP. To me, it's a great handgun to carry. It's easy to carry in the pocket. If you can't get a holster on you and you need something to carry still, this is a great gun. Below that, we've got this is the SR 1911. Pretty good 1911. It's a budget 1911, but it's still pretty good quality. Good Ruger quality. Over here, we've got the single 6. This is my wife's that she got from her grandpa in 22. And I've got two LCRs. I used to carry them quite a bit. They were my carry guns. Don't carry them quite as much anymore. Above that, I've got the Ruger Vaquero. This was my first revolver. Great gun. It looks great. The color casing on it's really pretty. It's in 45 Colt. Above that, got the Ruger Blackhawk. This came with 2 cylinders. It came with a 357 Magnum and 9mm. Great gun to carry hiking up in the mountains of California. Just all around great gun. It's a tough gun. I like the stainless steel on it. Use it quite a bit. Above that, it's a fun gun to have. I don't carry it quite as much because it's so heavy. It's a big frame. It's the Ruger Red Hawk in 44 mag, but it's a great shooter. Functions great. Good trigger on it. It's a fun gun to shoot. Above that, that's my Ruger single 6 22 long rifle. Fun gun to plink around with. And here we've got the Security 6. And this is in 357 Magnum. I got this from my grandfather. I haven't shot it a whole lot. Up here, we'll do the black powder revolvers pretty quick. This one's actually a Colt Signature Series. I believe it's made by an Italian company, but it's made under the Colt name. And here we have 2 Piettas. These are both in 44 caliber. And like I said, these are both black powder. The bottom one's an 1860 Army. I want to say the top one is the same, just with the different frame. But they're really fun to shoot. I don't shoot them a whole lot, but it's just something to go out and do that's fun. And over here's the X-Star. This is a 5.56. It's really a cheap version of an AR 5.56 almost. I mean, obviously it's different. You can tell with the charging handle and everything, the side charging handle. It's really lightweight. I used to carry it in my truck. I don't so much anymore. both the frame, upper and lower frames are both plastic, so it's really lightweight. And it shoots fine. I mean, it's never had any issues with it. Below that's a mini Draco in 7.62 by 3.9. Not as reliable as I would have thought, but it's a fun gun to shoot. Here we've got the SIG. This is an M11A1, and this one's a 9mm, and it's got the army green frame. Below that is the 938, and that's pretty much the match to that. It's also 9mm, it's just smaller. And below that's my wife's 938. She used to carry that quite a bit, doesn't so much anymore because she got the gun here, the P365, also a 9mm. We shot that quite a bit recently. It's a pretty, I think we got about a month ago, maybe 2 months, and it's a really good gun. I like it. She likes it. Here we've got the P226. I don't shoot it quite that much anymore, but it's a it's a good solid handgun. Here we've got the Masterpiece Arms in 45 ACP. These come with 30 round magazines, and they're just a chunk of steel, and just they're fun to shoot. Not really practical, but fun to shoot. And I've got two VP9s. One's my wife's, and they're both a 9mm, obviously being VP9s, but great guns. Love them both. Above that is the Walther CCP, and it was going to be my carry gun, but I had some issues. It doesn't like to cycle the lighter ammunition, and so I wanted to make sure that I had something 100% reliable that I was carrying on me, so it kind of became more of a safe gun or target gun than a carry gun. Up above that, I've got two Walther PPQs, one in OD green. Good guns, and both 9mm. Above that, I've got the 9mm PPS. This is another Walther, and this is what I carry currently. Actually bought a Black Hawk holster for it, just the cloth one for like 12 bucks at Cabela's, and yeah, it's great. I mean, bought the gun for about $350, I think, less than $350. And works great. It came with 3 magazines. I like it. Everything's functioned flawlessly so far, and I carry it around quite a bit. Moving over to the Smith & Wessons. My dad gave me this. This is a 357. It's a Smith & Wesson Highway Patrolman. It's a really fun shooter. I don't carry it around so much just because of the weight. Then I've got M&P, the Smith & Wesson M&P in 45 here. Great little gun to shoot, or not little. It's a pretty big, hefty gun, but good gun. Here we've got Smith & Wesson in 45, and I can't remember the model number off the top of my head right now, but it's the JM. And I got it kind of because, it's kind of just weird seeing a revolver in 45. But it's, it's a great gun, really smooth trigger, light trigger on it. It's a good shooter. Below that is my wife's revolver. She used to carry this. She still carries this in her car sometimes. Smith & Wesson Model 37. This is a 38 Special. Below that is Smith & Wesson Model 360 and 357 Magnum. This was going to be my carry gun, but I figured I'd change it over to the semi-auto. But it's a great gun, good trigger on it, smooth hammer. Here, it's kind of like a budget 9mm Smith & Wesson SD9VE. Being 9mm and high capacity, it's a good gun to carry around, and having the stainless steel slide helps out too. It's just a nice gun that you can have somewhere if you need something reliable. And here, this is an Essex 1911. Not a whole lot to say about this one. My dad gave me this. It's not my favorite 1911 I have, but it's all right. This here, I'm moving on into a few of my collection guns, and that's why we got the white paper down on the rug here. This is a John Wayne model, Vaquero and 45 Colt, and you can see it's got the JW here, and then it's got some engraving on it. It's kind of hard to see with this lighting, and then it's got his signature on the top of it in gold. If you can see that. Above that's a gun I got coming back from deployment. And then above that is two guns I got after graduating college, I should say. They're both made by the pistol team designed by the pistol team at the college, and it was an option to buy them, and so I did. The bottom one's just a Colt 1911 with engraving on it, and the top one is really nice engraving, nice polished Colt single action Army. It's a beautiful gun. These I don't shoot at all, kind of just for collecting. Going over here, we've got the North American Arms 22. Great gun to just put in your pocket, if kind of like the LCP, if you can't get something in a holster with what you're wearing, where you're going. And here's a Bond Arms, and this one's in 45 Colt or 410. Neat gun, it's cool to have. Here is a Glock 27 in 40. It's got night sights on it. Below that, we've got the Glock 17 in some sort of OD green or battlefield green. And below that, we got the Kimber 1911. And my dad gave me this. Really nice gun, really smooth. Great shooter, as most Kimbers are. And below that, we've got the FN57. And great gun to shoot. It's pretty fun. Below that, this is the last one. We got the Remington 1911. This is the R1 Enhanced. This is actually a really good gun. It's on par with the Kimber. And both of those are in 45 ACP. I don't think I mentioned that. And that's pretty much it for now. We'll try to get you guys a rifle video when we get to that, maybe in a week or two. But thanks for watching. Leave your comments below, and just so you know, we're coming from another state than California. Obviously we can't own some of these if we were still in California, but kind of a little joke there. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care and stay healthy with what's going on.